Hello everyone, welcome back. So yeah, this is actually my second live stream of the day today. Um, Before I go into this, I just thought I'd mention that it's not really going to be this often that I plan on doing 2 or 3 live streams in a day type of thing. It just happens that, I was lucky enough to, somehow in today in my schedule of, times and everything, able to get 2 live streams done. Anyways, without more delay, let's get into opening stuff, starting with this awesome Mopar 5-pack from Hot Wheels. This is a brand new 5-pack from this year, and got this one at Target today. I mean, technically, I guess in a way I could supposedly say it's like, the local Target store, even though it's not like really that close to me. And a trick I've learned is you cut up here, you don't peel that stuff off or that stuff off, but if you cut up here, it literally does this, and then you can just pull it out, and then bam, you can see all the cars. And the 5 cars in this 5-pack are 2008 Dodge Challenger SRT8, 1970 Dodge Hemi Challenger, Dodge Viper GTSR, 1978 Dodge Little Red Express pickup truck, and a 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. Now, the bizarre thing is how this is packaged is a bit odd. Well, not odd for the packaging, but how they write the cars on the back of the packaging for this, they're completely off in order. Because the first car is actually, I think, should be like, up above. Like, see where it says the cars right there on the back? The first one is the Challenger SRT8. The Challenger SRT8 is the second car. Then the car after that is the fourth car. And then the car after that is the fifth car. So they're clearly like having these cars' names completely out of order. Because technically, it's like, even though I understand you're not doing like both or all of the oldest cars first in this car pack, it's like 1 old, then 1 new, then 2 old, then 1 new. So it's like, you should have done it as like the Charger Daytona goes first, then the Challenger, then the Little Red Express pickup truck, then the Hemi Challenger, and then the GTSR Viper in blue. Even though it doesn't say it's in blue, that's the color of the car anyways. But yeah, here they all are. All 5 of those cars I just mentioned from that Mopar 5-pack. That's all 5 of them right here. I'm going to take them out one by one in order of how they are packaged, going from top to bottom. So here's the Charger Daytona in a really nice red color. That's a really, really nice, beautiful red color for this Charger Daytona. It's kind of bizarre, but it doesn't even say anything underneath it. It just says, a few like things kind of for this car. And it does actually say when it first came out. This car first came out in like 2012 or 2013. It's a really nice red. And it's kind of bizarre, but it says number 1 for the racing number on here, so that's kind of cool actually. Next up is the Challenger SRT8. And to be honest, I don't think I've opened a Hot Wheels or Matchbox Dodge Challenger SRT8 in quite a few years, if I'm being honest. Especially when in this kind of a cool design. I mean, look at the Mopar, how it's spelled on there with that, cool M-like symbol. And then the rims on there are pretty cool too. They're like a aqua teal blue-like color in a way. This is a very interesting like paint job livery decal for this Challenger SRT8. Next is the Little Red Dodge Express pickup truck in a very interesting yellow light color. I'm not sure if I'd call it mustard yellow, but it's a very interesting yellow for this truck. And yes, it does have the smokestacks on the truck. And actually, when I go to the underbody for this one, it's really shiny silver chrome like underbody base. And this one does actually say the name of the vehicle model it is for this Hot Wheels truck. Well, for the Hot Wheels Dodge truck. And then here's the 70 Dodge Challenger Hemming. It's a very interesting gray, white, and orange color combination, and the rims are kind of unique too as well. This is a very unique style of colors and rims for this Challenger from 1970 from this awesome new Mopar 5-pack. Come to think of it, I don't think I've actually ever opened a Mopar 5-pack like ever on this channel, and if I did, it probably was a very old one that I can't remember, or I didn't open a Mopar set, but they had like some Dodge Mopar like Hot Wheels or Matchbox set that had cars like these in it actually. So this one has surprisingly, it does say the name of the model that it is for the Dodge car, for the real life car that Hot Wheels did for this one. But underneath it, it also has something bizarrely odd that caught my attention. This one has 2 copyright dates for when it was like a prototype or like production model, 2006 and 2017. So I find that to be a little bit bizarre for this one. So I guess the first one came out in like 2006 or 7 then, and then the other one came out in 2017 or 2018 then. So that is a bit interesting. And then the last one, this is probably my favorite model from this Mopar Hot Wheels 5-pack from this year. I really do like the Dodge Viper Sports or hypercar. I mean, I don't know if I call it a hypercar, but this is the track only one, so it's a race car. But yeah, it does actually say the model for this one, and it's a really nice one. Now, this is not the newer version of this one. This is, I believe, like the 1999's version of the Viper GTSR race car. It's a really nice blue for it, I will say. I do actually have the 2016 version, but the 2016 version is completely different than this thing. So this is definitely the 1999 version, or if it doesn't say 1999, it's definitely the 1990s version of the Viper GTSR race car. Yes, Matchbox has made a version of this, I do believe, but obviously theirs probably would have, you know, painted or detailed headlights and taillights. But this is still a really nice blue for it, and it's my favorite one from this 5-pack, along with the Charger Daytona. These are my 2 picks, my 2 favorite ones from the Mopar 5-pack. The Dodge Charger Daytona and the Dodge Viper GTSR. These are my 2 favorite ones from that Mopar 5-pack. All right, moving along, I have one lone basic mainline Hot Wheels car, but it's a really cool one. This one is so cool. It's the Ford Performance Supervan 4. This thing makes close to 2,000 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, or just about 2 seconds. And yeah, its horsepower is, like I said, really close to 2,000. Top speed of this thing, they do actually have this car in top drive, so even though the car in that video game may not go as fast as the real-life car, they kind of base it off the real-life car's speed, so this one can go just a little bit over 200 miles per hour in real life. And yes, this van is 4-wheel drive, 4 electric motors. It actually opened pretty quickly. That's pretty heavy. This might do good on my track, actually. And actually, I left out the back of the card. This one's actually built in the USA. This van is actually built in the US, by the way. It's not built in the United Kingdom. So for, you know, like toy car hockey or toy car baseball things, this one would be on USA's toy car hockey or toy car baseball team for those, you know, future live streams for the next time I do those on my channel. But yeah, this is a really wicked, cool, clean looking, super awesome Ford Performance Supervan 4 from Hot Wheels. And yes, this is new for 2024, so it's the first color version of this Ford Performance Supervan 4. I believe the next version of this I saw from a few like diecast car update channels, like Ministry of Diecast, Y Team Hot Wheels, and I think a few others that I can't really remember off the top of my head right now for diecast car channel update channels on YouTube. I think the next color I saw on those videos is shout out to you guys for your great content on diecast cars as well. But also, more importantly, the next color for this Ford Performance Supervan 4 is supposed to be, I believe, like a gray blue or like a black blue like color, I believe. I can't fully be sure that it's like, going to be, like a gray blue or a black blue color that I just mentioned. But yeah, it's going to look pretty good. Now, I will say something. They did actually detail the taillights on this van, but they didn't really do the ones on the front for the headlights. So it's like you detailed the taillights, but you didn't really do the headlights. That's kind of a bit odd. Well, let's see here. I'm kind of going to save this cool Auto World car for last, actually, because it's kind of funny. Next up, this is not the chase version, but yes, on the back, it does actually show you all the cars in this wave. And I didn't see the number 3 car. I didn't see the number 48 car, which is Jimmy Johnson, actually. So kind of still on the lookout for the Jimmy Johnson car. They did have the Jeff Gordon one at this Target store that I was at today. But this throwback wave seems to be almost all Chevy Camaros, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 7/8 of this wave are literally all Camaro 01 Runaway NASCAR diecast car. And out of all of them, this and probably the Jimmy Johnson, maybe the Jeff Gordon one, are the ones that I'd probably get. Maybe the number 3, because I believe that's Darrell Waltrip. I'm not sure who 28 and 22 are for these 75 wins for this NASCAR wave, but this is definitely one I had to get. It's not the chase version like I had mentioned. The chase version for this would obviously be a lot more shiny, sparkly blue, like an aqua teal blue like color, but I was really happy to get this one. And here it is. Really nice. Light sky blue Camaro 01 Runaway, and a throwback tribute to Richard Petty for this Camaro NASCAR diecast car. Really nicely done for this one. This is probably one of my favorite NASCAR diecast cars in my collection. For a non-chase version, that is. And yes, the underbody does say 2023 Camaro 01 Runaway for the model of this NASCAR diecast car. All right, well, to be honest, I probably saved what I think is the best for last on this live stream, but I'm not sure if my subscribers will think that, but this is what I think was the best one to open last. I mean, check out the beautiful Nissan Z in this really nice blue color with the black roof. And the funny thing is, I now have both version A and B of this Nissan Z, and because it's the first time Auto World has released it, I actually have both first releases of a new casting from Auto World in my diecast cars collection, which is kind of a bizarre first for me because, come to think of it, I don't think I have like too many cars of like first releases from Auto World of the same car in both color versions for version A and B. I know I have some, so this is not the very first one, but for this casting, I have both color versions. And here it is, and that is a nice blue for this Nissan Z. Yeah, this thing is kind of heavy. It's a really nice blue, and also, if I do it carefully enough, something supposedly going to open, I think. I don't know if it will, but the hood's supposed to open. Yep, there it is. Got the hood to open. So inside, if you can look down there somehow when you're watching this live stream, I don't know how far into there I can show it, but that's the 400 horsepower V6 engine under the hood there for this Z car. It's a twin turbo 3-liter V6 engine making 400 horsepower for this Nissan Z. Well, it's a really nice blue for this Z car. Nice blue with the black and some like silver gray like color for like the side stuff going like alongside the roof. Yeah, it's a really nice shiny blue. It's actually Syrian blue and super black for the colors on this car, even though there's some like silver gray like things going down the roof as well towards the back of the car. Well, gonna clear stuff out of the way, and before I wrap this live stream up, gonna show all the cars all together. Well, there's all the cars. There's all the cars, everyone, all together. There's every single car all right there, like so. We have the Mopar 5-pack cars, Ford Performance Supervan 4, the Richard Petty race car, 01 Wendelin Camaro, NASCAR diecast car, and the Outer World Nissan Z in the nice blue and black color. Well, that's it for the cars opening part of this live stream. If anyone's here, I can, talk about diecast cars. I can, answer questions about diecast cars, or like, what's going on with me and the diecast car collecting hobby lately. I'm not sure if I can answer like questions about, future plans for like diecast car type things, like, what I'll use in future for like storage, that kind of stuff. Or like, if I don't use this storage solution, what would my backup solution for storing diecast cars be? I probably wouldn't be able to answer that kind of question right away. But yeah, I'm free to answer a decent amount of diecast car questions you have, or talk about diecast car stuff, or, talk about real life cars, or, answer questions about real life cars, maybe video game car stuff too. But if no one's here, then I'm probably just going to end the live stream right now. So it looks like that's it. Bye everyone, thanks for watching, joining, stopping by, all of that good stuff. And before I end the live stream, just take each day as a win, no matter what kind of, collector you are for your collectible stuff, whether it's diecast cars, Pokemon, etc. Just take each day as a win, be happy with what you get, when you leave the store from that day, kind of thing. Because, you don't want to compare your collections to other collectors, because then you're going to be spending like $400 or more like in a month or so trying to like match everyone's collection. And that's why I don't compare my collections to other collections out there. I might see another like diecast car channel out there having like 20 or 40 plus supers, and it's like, that's great for them. I mean, I'm not saying I'm, jealous of their collection. You always congratulate people on finding supers kind of thing, but it's like, you don't want to compare your collection, because in comparing your collection to their collection, and then you start realizing that, you may or may not have some of these cars or whatever it is, for collectible type thing in your collection of whatever collectible it is. That's where the jealousy, envy part comes in. And that's why I'm saying, please do not compare your collection to other collections, because then you get a bit jealous or envy of other collectors out there, and then you're spending too much money that you probably don't even want all those cars for, because it's like you don't like every single diecast car out there. Or it's like, for action figures, you may not like all the action figures that are released, kind of thing. Well, also on that note, collect what makes you happy, even though money can't buy you happiness. You leave the store, and then you somehow, in whatever way, you end up having a smile on your face when you like buy your stuff from that store that day, just to, like get some new stuff added to your collection. Whether it's like new or not really new, you're still going to be happy either way that you were able to, add more stuff to your collection. And by saying that, you're not really comparing your collection to other collections by, being happy with what you got from the store that day. You're just glad that you got it. And one other thing is, I try to watch a decent amount of diecast car collecting channels out there, along with, some of you who are diecast car collectors. You also collect like, Funkos or trading cards of whatever it is, or like action figure type things. I'll try to watch as many videos as I can. I can't obviously watch every channel, all videos from all the channels I'm subscribed to. That would take too long for me to do. But I do promise I'll try to watch videos when I can. Well, that's officially the end of this live stream. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching, joining, stopping by. Have a great rest of your weekend, and have a fantastic end to your Sunday. And I'll see you sometime next week or weekend for a toy cars or video game video or live stream type thing. If it's a live stream, I'll probably have a video or post before the live stream happens, for whichever kind of live stream it is, whether it's diecast cars or toy car stuff, or a video game type one. And yes, with the video game live streams, I got to be careful about the the music stuff. I don't want to get a copyright strike with the music stuff. So the video game live streams may not happen as much as I want them to because of that, unfortunately. The other type of live stream I can do with diecast cars is diecast car racing, but it's like I don't really race as many cars as I used to anymore because it's like once I have certain cars for so many months, well, weeks, months, days, weeks, months, or years kind of thing, they just start getting too slow, and then they just can't beat the fastest cars I have done my tracks. So that's why I don't race them as much. And it's like, now if I were to do diecast car racing, I have this like circular oval track on a car mat called Thunder Lightning or Lightning Thunder Speedway. And that's what I normally do a lot of my car racing on, because when I use the 6-lane track for diecast car racing, sometimes I feel like, two cars ended up being first place, even though it only hits like one thing for first place officially on that track. So yeah, that's why I just thought I'd mention that. I'm not saying I'm giving up on the 6-lane racing. I'm just saying somehow it's like really hard for me to tell if like two cars were first place kind of thing or not. But it's like if one car's really way out front of the others, then yeah, obviously there's no tie in the race. But it's like if two cars are like that close, then it's like, how does the track like tell you which one exactly wins then, kind of thing. So yeah, I may have to be a bit more, precise on that when I do those 6-lane track racing live streams in future again, which I'm planning on doing more 6-lane diecast car racing events sometime this month and this year. I just don't know when they'll happen again, but I do plan on doing those as well, along with my usual toy car hockey, toy car baseball live streams as well. Well, that's officially it. Bye, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Laters. Thanks for stopping by, everyone.